Here are 6 signs that show you that your binge eating is getting worse. Hi, I'm Sherry, a food relationship coach and counselor, and I'm here to help you and support you in finally healing your relationship with food, stopping your binges and getting you back to feeling calm and in control around all your favorite foods so you can get going on all of your goals and also live a very wholesome and abundant life just like myself and all the other Thrive Academy girls. Number 1, you avoid social situations that might involve any food. This was such a common one for myself. I literally self-isolated for so many years, almost a decade, because I thought that by going out, I was going to derail my goals, and it only led to me staying in and binging. Or I would go out and then come home, feel like I'd gone off track, and would use that as a way to hit the fucker button further, essentially telling myself I'll start again tomorrow, and the entire binge restrict cycle would start again. 2, you're exhausted because you think about food all the freaking time. You're no longer present with your loved ones, you can't hold a proper conversation, and you're maybe noticing that you can't talk about anything other than the goddamn food that you've had today, or your weight, or how your clothes are fitting. Let's be honest, no one loves to be around someone like that, so I want to be your gentle and loving reminder that it's time to heal your relationship with food. If you're noticing every single thought that you're having is always about food, your next snack, fearing going home, being around the pantry, fearing going out, you deserve better. Number 3, you keep buying binge food and telling yourself that you'll control it this time, only to then lead to more overeating, making you fear buying that food again, so therefore you restrict, and then eventually, of course, you buy it again and you go really, really hard because you tell yourself, well, I'll just restrict tomorrow and I won't have it anymore. Can't trust myself around it. This then means that eventually your entire diet is centered around very boring foods, which maybe, if you're like me, I ended up binging on as well because I told myself that I couldn't have the fun stuff, so I would just binge on the boring stuff. Essentially, I was still binging and overeating, using food as a way to cope in my life. This is when you can begin to see that so many things in your life become a binge trigger food. You end up fearing so many different types of foods, fearing gaining weight, and you're essentially stuck in this endless cycle that sucks. 4, you genuinely feel like you've lost the person that it is that you are. You don't wake up feeling like yourself anymore. You don't wake up feeling excited for the day. It's constantly food focused, exercise focused. You're lacking a social life. You're not even eating foods that you love anymore, constantly thinking about more restriction. It just feels like you're constantly on this food journey, and it sucks. Food no longer brings you joy and happiness. It tends to be that thing that almost feels like a dark cloud over yourself and your life. You deserve so much better. 5, you may no longer want to be intimate with your partner or even going out on any kind of dates, even though you may really want to start a relationship. This was absolutely me in the past, and this clearly shows us that we're no longer feeling great in our skin, and maybe also our self-esteem and our confidence has now gone down. Even aside from how we look, we no longer feel like we can show up as the confident, incredible woman that we truly know that we are. And if you're feeling like this, I want to remind you that you get to be loved for exactly as you currently are right now as you work through this challenge. You don't have to look a certain kind of way, but of course, feeling a certain kind of way and looking a certain kind of way is a huge part of you enjoying your life, and I'm here to support you in doing that. And finally, number 6, which might be the most obvious one, your clothes are no longer fitting you. They no longer feel comfortable, and you're constantly fearing that you're going to wake up one day, look in the mirror, and have gained 10 kilos. That's honestly how it felt for me as well. Except I didn't actually catch myself soon enough, so before I knew it, I had gained 30 kilos in 9 months. And yes, I'm being serious. Not a marketing trick. That is 100% honest. I gained 30 kilos in 9 months because I could not control myself around food anymore, and I was constantly stuck in that binge restrict cycle, telling myself I'd start again tomorrow, and so I would just fully send it every single night, thinking that my 10-kilometer runs every day would outrun the excessive calories that I was having because I was restricting. But clearly I was not restricting enough, and it was restricting altogether that was actually screwing me up. By restricting so hard, I then binged so hard, and therefore you can see the cycle. These 6 key things are only some of the terrible things that eventuate when we do not exit our binge restrict cycle. And to be honest, you don't have to be experiencing any of these. It really comes down to you finally choosing to just simply heal your relationship with food so you can actually get going on your goals, feel incredible around a pantry stocked full of snacks, and trust yourself again. Be social, be intimate with your partner, feel like a freaking badass in your cute outfit. That is what you deserve, and I'm here to support you in ensuring that that is what happens. If you're ready to heal your relationship with food, link in bio.